Hey, everybody, what is going on? It is Friday, time for the Friday Brunch. Week 2, Green Bay Packers, Atlanta Falcons. Which one of these two teams will go 2-0? We hope it's the Atlanta Falcons. And also another discussion. Critique or hate? Trying to figure out the difference between the two. Let's talk about it. Hey, what is going on? Thank you for joining us in Uncle Steve's Lounge on YouTube. We appreciate you every week. Welcome into the Friday Brunch. As you're coming in, please do your uncle a favor and hit that little thumbs up there and the like button so we can get this thing out into the Atlanta Falcons fandom and get everybody attached to the Friday Brunch. I'd also like to welcome those of us waiting in the Atlanta Bird Gang Facebook fan page. If you don't mind, you can do the same thing. Push the like button. Let everybody know that you are listening to the stream. We appreciate it. We'll be here every Friday prior to the game to talk about the Atlanta Falcons and what's going on with them. Of course, last week, successful debut of the 2023 Atlanta Falcons. A gritty, good win for Atlanta against a division foe, Carolina Panthers, sent a lot of their fans back wondering how long it's going to take for Bryce Young to get it. I know, first game, all of that stuff, that's cool. But at the same time, I'll take the win. Good job for the Falcons. Very good job by the defense. They've already talked about Bijan enough, Jesse Bates, Tyler Algier, what we did. Just an overall good team win for game one. A lot of times when we start looking at things like that, people say, well, you know, there were mistakes and there was this and there was that, and we're going to be open to talk about those things. But at the end of the day, I'd rather have that 1-0 behind me than the 0-1 talking about it. And hey, when you get a 14-point win in any way, shape, or form, I just think that's a good thing. So we've labeled this the Happy, Happy, Joy, Joy show because we are happy that our Atlanta Falcons are 1-0. No doubt. Something we have not done since 2017. So that is beautiful. That's the way we want to go. We want to talk more about, you know, the positivity of, hey, let's get that first win so we can feel good about ourselves, and then we'll move into other territories. But it's very interesting. I almost wonder if there is a lot of layover from 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, because there was euphoria in winning the game around 4 o'clock or whenever it ended. Actually, I think it ended before 4 o'clock. But whenever the game ended, of course, we're happy that we won the game. But there's a faction of the fan base who say, yes, 1-0, but there are things that we can improve. There are things that we can do to hopefully get a little better. Is there a unwritten law that says a win wipes out all critiques, all opinions about shortcomings if the team wins. Do we feel better? Absolutely. But is there an unwritten law that says, nah, they 1-0, man. Why y'all concerned about this? Why y'all keep beating this to ground? Y'all act like we didn't win. These are comments that I'm hearing. Because I came on right after on Sunday in a couple of platforms and on Monday. And there's a consensus of the fan base, and I give them all credit. Look, again, there is no wrong opinion. Everyone can have an opinion. But there is a strong contingency that tends to get a little upset when fans, some long-term fans, some short-term fans, give a critique about what happened. Nobody's saying, any of us are professionals. Matter of fact, the folks who are yelling at the fans for giving them critiques, they're not professional. So we're all couch sitters. We're all couch warmers. But I do feel it's just very interesting to me that this dialogue that, well, we won the game, so what y'all complaining about? Well, we did this. Well, you know what? I would say let's hold off on that so quick. We haven't been 1-0 in a long time. A lot of this fan base is still used to struggling from the beginning. So some of us have to get accustomed to this 1-0 thing. We haven't done this for a while. Matter of fact, I think the last time we did it, I don't know if I had a beard. So it's just interesting. I always pride myself on this platform. I can't speak for any other platform, but I don't have the hive mind mentality here. And what I mean by that, and those of you that don't know, like, I don't need everybody amening what I say. I don't need everyone to right all the time. No, because I'm not. But I do like the fact that this is a platform that if you say something, yeah, listen, I might disagree, but I'm not going to demonize you for thinking different than I do. I have the right to give my opinion on what I think is a product that's still in the works. Am I ecstatic we were 1-0? Absolutely. Listen to my voice. I don't scream and holler in defense and cheer for a team that I'm not invested in emotionally. So the real fans, sell out, all that stuff, it's a funny narrative. It's ha-ha. It's cool. It gets a couple of laughs. But at the same time, I will never waver on this platform. I can't speak for others. On this platform, you get to come and say what you want to say. Long as it's respectful. Now, I'm not saying say anything. And other stuff, I don't do that. But I think we all have the right to express our opinion. And it might be about a winning team. Philadelphia yesterday. Philadelphia is 2-0. They're the defending NFC champions. And did you hear the Philadelphia Eagles fan base in the first half? Even when the guy kicked the 61-yard field goal, it's not satisfaction all the time. We are emotional creatures when it comes to our teams. The happiness and the joy of the Atlanta Braves, congratulations to them on a 6th National League East title. But let them lose in the it wasn't the NLCS, it was the divisional series again, and watch how the narrative changes. The thing about football and it's one of the things I enjoy, whether it's college, high school, and more importantly, the NFL, the games are little seasons in themselves. Each week, the 7-day preparation and the 7-day, it's a season. It's a little mini season in itself. And the difference between game one and the rest of the games we're going to play, game one, we took all that encapsulated between the end of January when we walked out the field against Tampa Bay up to the kickoff September 10th last Sunday. So you're going to have a whole myriad of ideas and passionate statements and criticisms and things like that. That's expected. I just need everyone just to take that deep breath and say, it's okay. We can still critique and be huge fans. We can still give our opinion and not be a sellout. We can still question performances no matter what the numbers say. I don't ask permission for your opinion. You don't ask permission for mine. And I just like the fact that I can have a platform that that supports that. But today is the happy, happy joy. So the happy, happy joy today, you're not going to hear me criticize things that you normally do. When you talk about Desmond Ridder today, when we start talking about those things, we're going to talk happy. We're going to give encouragement. That's the way I feel today. So for those of you who think that I'm going to just harp on something forever, I'm not going to do it. We go, if I find myself doing it, I'll turn on my therapy music. And you just heard it there, I think. So again, for those of you expecting Uncle Steve to come out here and say that 15 for 18 meant nothing, it was 113 yards, and that didn't mean anything, I say to you, no. Desmond Ridder is our quarterback, and I will support him all the way. Arthur Smith's play calling was great, and I support that. That's where we're going today. This is your Uncle Steve. Welcome to Uncle Steve's Lounge. Again, if y'all don't remember, push the like button if you can. Atlanta Facebook, Atlanta Bird Gang. We appreciate you on Facebook. Let's get into the chat. See what everybody's saying. Oh, we have a super chat already. Wow. Thank you so much. Greg, what's going on, Greg? At Greg GQB Custom Kicks. Thank you, sir, for the $10. That is awesome. Again, y'all make sure y'all check out Greg, man. Greg is look, it's beginning of the season. I know he can get some of these shoes made for y'all. Some of y'all trying to go overseas, get you nice little kicks. Y'all check them out. Let's get it. Let's get it. Greg, thanks, man. Say, what's up? Ordered me a Bijan and Bates jersey after that first game with limited snaps. Ridder probably will feel comfortable by games 2 to 4. Being upset with his performance is fair with 3 losing seasons. And again, unfortunately, as I have to tell people, Greg, it's not the fact that it's an all Ridder thing. Ridder is the quarterback. And I don't care which of the 32 teams you go to. I don't care how the quarterback is performing. I don't care how the other team is performing, whether their defense is all that, whether their running game is the greatest, whether they got the greatest wide receivers in the world. There are people that will always blame the quarterback. We've been taught that, unfortunately. And sometimes it is hard, and it's unfair. Until you see what the quarterback is making during the year. And then you say, oh, that's why they get all the blame, all the, passion. So Ridder is kind of in a situation where I'm sorry that he's set up like that, but he signed up for it. He's the starting quarterback. So it is what it is. But again, y'all got me up talking on Ridder. Happy thoughts. Happy, happy, happy thoughts. We're not going to do this. So, happy thoughts. Y'all not going to steer me today. Greg, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate it. Star Falcon in the house. What's up? Happy Friday, chat. Say, I was first. Yes, sir. You are the man. Hey, Love is in here. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining us in Uncle Steve's Lounge. Again, as y'all come in, please hit the like button. check us out here and get us into these Atlanta Falcon homes. Marina is here. Happy Friday. 2-0 this weekend. Claiming it. I claim it too, my friend. Thank you for joining me as always. Matt Town Dirty is here in Uncle Steve's Lounge. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. What's going on with you? Charles B. Good afternoon, man, to you. Falcons got a tough one Sunday. It is. If you look at what Green Bay did against Chicago, you would probably say, oh, my goodness, they went on the road to Chicago and kind of slapped them around a little bit. Maybe Chicago's not that good. I don't know. I'm just saying. Before there are some people's like, man, did y'all see what the Packers did? They're gonna come in here and white. No, we don't know what happened. I watched some of the game. It's not like they were doing anything extraordinary. Jordan looked okay. He looked good. He had a couple of passes there, but I'm not scared of him. I personally think our defense played a better game than Chicago's did. So no doom and gloom here. They still got to come in here. And I don't know. I can't speak for what the atmosphere was in Chicago, but I know if it's the atmosphere that we had last week that Green Bay is coming into, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be different. Travis, what's going on, man? So what's up? Please bring some peace to the community. And the Desmians and the sellouts have been at war again. Travis, we're not doing war. Happiness, love, joy, happy. I want to have an olive branch between us. That's what I stand for today. Brother Michael is in the house. What's going on, Island Mike? Say, we need to pass more. They have a good defensive front. Yeah. And I will say this. The pass protection was not exactly the greatest last week. So I'm hoping they can get a little bit better because, listen, it's hard to blame DR9 when he's running for his life for the first couple of series in that game. So in order for us to expect more out of DR9, we've got to expect a lot more out of the offensive line blocking for him. Millie Mills is here. What's going on, Millie? How you doing? Mike says butterflies and marshmallows and butterflies. That's what it is, man. I'm trying to tell y'all. That's what you're gonna get out of me today, September 15th. I cannot speak for tomorrow or after the game, but this is what you're gonna get out of me today. Winston, what's up, man? Say what's going on up and chat, smash that like button. Yes, he is correct. I appreciate that. Again, even if you're on Facebook, I know you hit the like button, man. Let people know. Say, hey, man, what are they looking at over there? Facebook users say, hey, brother, that got to be my buddy Macario. If it is, man, what's going on, my friend? Good to see you in here. Thanks for joining us in the lounge. John V. Egan, how you doing, sir? Say Eagles fans are always mean. Yeah, Eagles fans are a little bit different. But is it mean or is it a little passionate? I mean, I know they are obnoxious. There's nothing wrong with passion. Now, when they start fighting in the stands and, all name calling and cussing and all that junk, that's weird. But for the most part, passionate fans that want more. Like I said again, those folks there were, in Philadelphia, they're the defending NFC champions. They have the runner-up to the MVP, and yet those fans wanted more. You got to. So, I don't know. Millie says, how long do you think Arthur Smith got before Drizzy or Kyle start crying for the ball too? Remember, he said Drake don't care about having one target. I don't believe it. Millie, listen, I heard that same thing, and I know Coach Smith is going to try to preach that. I don't want to be critical of Coach Smith because he's our head coach. Okay, let me get back. I'm trying not to be critical. Maybe in his game plan, he's thinking it's going to find a way eventually to get his receivers the ball. Okay, I'm a little better. So, yes, Kyle and Drake getting less than 4 targets between them, 4 or 5 targets between them, that's probably not good. But I hope there's a plan. Again, I'd rather be talking about these things 1-0 than 0-1. But I'm pretty sure that somehow, some way, he's going to try to get the ball to him, especially Drake London. Matter of fact, I looked this week for them to almost do like Shanahan did Roddy White. I look for them to have a series or 2 where they truly feed Drake London the ball and get him back into the game plan. Call on Tyrone. What's going on, man? Good to see you, brother. Thank you for joining us in here. Travis says, not Sesame Street. Travis, what are you talking about, Sesame Street, brother? This is like Happy Land. I need you to feel it. Happiness. No critiques. No bad opinions about our team. Just happy thoughts. Because we shouldn't critique our players. All right. Winston says, very well said, the biggest sellout is the one trying to cause division between the fans and drawing lines in the sand. There's nothing wrong with a healthy conversation. Don't make the fans have to pick. And again, listen, I do stand by opinions. I think everyone has them. And I never would try to muzzle anybody and what they say. But I think it's one of those things to critique people who have criticism is kind of like an oxymoron. You're kind of doing the same thing. Maybe we aren't wound like you. Maybe we aren't run through the wall like you. I don't criticize crazy, out of this world fandom that just makes you act irrational. I don't criticize that. I give you credit most of the time. But there's a fine line. We need to find that happy medium. Facebook user says, what's up? Happy Friday. I'm excited to witness what Sunday is going to bring. I've seen a few tweets. I think we should use Pitts a little more and grind the ground game until we open up London. Here's the thing. As NFL teams will start to see how Arthur Smith works, and I'm not saying Arthur Smith's going to do this, have the same game plan every week. Last week, the Panthers defense was really good. Now, I know Green Bay had a couple of defensive touchdowns and things like that, but maybe they were going against a less than adequate Chicago offense. So I'm kind of holding back to say whether Green Bay has this outstanding defense. I know they have some good folks up on that defensive line, which concerns me the way, especially the right side look. After going back and looking, Lindstrom and McGarry, they did not have their best days. Bergeron, by the way, did a decent for a rookie coming in. You had I know the whole fan base was holding their breath thinking, oh no, this is going to be Mayfield 2.0. But he held his own this week. So I think we're going to be good at that left guard position. That's my buddy Chuck. What's going on, man? Thanks for joining us in Uncle Steve's Lounge. What's up, Steve? Late as usual. Bruh, it's all good, man. You always got a place here in the lounge. We appreciate it. Facebook user says, Love is going to look like Young did last week. I hope so. I mean, we can say a lot of things about what happened last week, but the way the defense kind of held their own. I know that first drive and when they got all the way and they foolishly went for the touchdown instead of taking the 3. I know it looked like, here we go again. Especially a lot of times when you found people wide open. But I think the Falcons, they have to feel this team out. Remember, they didn't have a lot of time together in preseason. They didn't get a chance to find out how to adjust on the fly. I love whatever Ryan Nielsen did from the first half to the second half. Obviously, he dialed up a little bit more pressure the later the game got. But if you notice, they kind of tightened up on those receivers too. Bryce Young was basically doing the same thing Desmond Ridder was doing. The short passes. He threw the ball 38 times and barely got a little bit more yards than Desmond did. So, yeah, I do think this is going to be a different atmosphere here for the Packers. Lisa Shepard, how you doing, ma'am? Says, when has there not been division in Atlanta Bird game? The whole time I've been in that group, it's always been something. Ryan versus Vic, Ryan Nice versus everybody, Lamar Jackson fans versus Ritter fans, etc. Yeah, I hear that, but I also say it takes everyone to make the world go round. I'm sorry, there are going to be people that hold on to those moments where they think Matt Ryan versus Vic and Matt Ryan and everybody. I get that, but some people are triggered, and again, I can understand how it would feel because sometimes we do kind of overtalk it, but obviously there's an audience for it because every time it comes up, you got a lot of opinionated folks that come out and answer those posts and those things like that. It is what it is. It's the scroll button still works. Yeah. Lisa also says Troy Anderson officially ruled out for this Sunday. I kind of had the feeling that was going to happen when he didn't make the field this week. And if you heard Coach Smith when they first came out, and I think it was Tuesday, when they say Troy Anderson came in after Monday and came in and said something wrong, think about that. They usually put them in concussion protocol prior to the Monday. He wasn't in that protocol on Monday. So his timeline shot down. And he already started talking about Landman and Tay Davis in that same breath. So when he started doing that, there was something telling me that Troy wasn't going to play. But I appreciate the breaking news there. Matt Town Dirty says, not afraid of Green Bay with or without Rodgers. Yeah, I think Green Bay is one of the teams, kind of like Atlanta. I look at, and I still think Tampa Bay, I think that was an aberration. I don't think they would win that Minnesota game if they played 9 times. I think that was the 10th time that they would beat them. I look at New Orleans, Carolina, yes, even Carolina still, because I think Bryce Young is going to get better. Detroit, Chicago, Minnesota, Seattle, Rams, Giants. All 8 of those teams are going to be battling back and forth for those possible wild card positions. Now, hopefully Atlanta will have enough to win the division, which I think they will. But, yeah, get ready. It's Green Bay, and all those teams I just named are all on the same level. You saw a Philadelphia team yesterday that, yeah, they had some hiccups on defense because, quite honestly, Kirk Cousins kind of picked them apart a little bit. So they're not in mid-season form there, but they're 2-0. So who cares? Drew, what's up, Drew? Say, we're about to run over Green Bay. I hope so. Winston says, talking to Lisa, said, we can't stop that, but what we can do is debate each side and let the fans decide after. If you have a strong voice in a scenario, then there's a platform there. Use it correctly. And that's kind of where I was going to. I know there are people that go over the top and stuff like that. I mean, I get it, but at the same time, it is what it is. We have choices. We can turn it on or turn it off. Drew says the Vikings gave the win to the Eagles. Eagles themselves didn't look great in 2 games in a row. They allowed way too many points. Eagles not on top. That's another. And I talked about this last week. And I said the first couple of games for every team, Kansas City, Philadelphia, San Francisco, Buffalo, the first couple of games are going to look like preseason because a lot of those teams had the same scenario that Atlanta did. They didn't play a lot of starters. I know Kansas City did. And you see what happened in them first game. Buffalo as well. So you're going to see a lot of sloppy play these first couple of weeks, Atlanta included. It's, making the most of these. Now, also keeping in mind these first 3 games of the season, Carolina, Green Bay, Detroit, they're also NFC games. So this is an opportunity for you now to start taking care of those tie breaks. Awesome to get that first win, not only because it's an NFC win, it's also a division win. something that we didn't do well last year. I think what we won 1 division game. No, we won 2 division games last year. So we gotta, we gotta do get those wins when we can. Mike says, love being positive. I've had enough negativity for the last 50 years. Absolutely. We do. Lisa says, why do we have to decide anything? Winston, we're supposedly all Falcon fans. That's all I care about. But here's the thing, Lisa. I'm not trying to just pick on you and stuff, but they're different Falcon fans. Again, we can't have a hive mind mentality. Everyone's not going to think the same. Everyone has different opinions. It's not as simple as I love the Falcons and everybody accepts the same thing. Everybody, believes in the same, philosophy. Everybody doesn't do that. They don't. But today, we are going to believe in the same philosophy. Today is happy, happy, joy, joy. So no matter what we think about everybody's opinion, love, happiness for our Atlanta Falcons. That's what we're going to preach today. Scott Glover, what's going on? Saying, oh, your happiness jingle doesn't work unless Southern Silk does it live with background dancers. Let me tell you something, man. And I appreciate that, Scott. That Big Low, man, he's asking for too much money right now. And if y'all in the chat, man, y'all tell Big Low to hold down his prices. Right now, it's just too expensive to have him as lead singer. Right now, we're gonna bring in another background singer. I wasn't supposed to mention this. We went to the high schools down in Atlanta where we bring in somebody to take Big Low's place. So me, Smitty, and Berto, we got to deal with a new person. So unless he has his holdout, that's what it's gonna be. There's no happiness in Southern Silk. Shout out to my brother, Big Low Country. Oh, man. So Facebook user says, Steve, I was impressed with the mistakes-free, no-turnover game we played. Bravo, Falcons, rise up. And that's something to look forward to. Of course. We didn't turn the ball over. That's awesome. Almost did, Bijan. But, yeah, those are positives. Absolutely. Got to look at positives and negatives sometimes. WCG says, it's hard to get the wide receivers the ball when your quarterback should be a star in the XFL. WCG, come on, man. You didn't enter the chat earlier, brother. Positive thinking. Positive. He said a star in the XFL. That is... Drew says we should be happy because we got old school, run it down your throat scheme. I love it. Yeah. Now, I will say it was nice to see the running game do what it did and the versatility of both backs. And looks like we might be getting CP back as well. So we'll be interested to see how he kind of gets into this thing. So we'll see. Billy says, Unc, I've been hearing a lot of Ritter ain't this. He can't do that. All I tell him is Ritter's going to be fine. You're going to regret what you said by November. And I hope so, Billy. Listen, I'm probably one of the, and now I haven't been as he sucks, he's not this, he's not that, but I have had questions just to say, I wonder how he's going to hold up. And I think I still have the right to say that. But I want to be wrong about this. I absolutely want to be wrong. 100% want to be wrong. John says, Bergeron allowed no pressures, did well. Yes, he did. Rookie, first time. I get it. Travis says, there's nothing wrong with not being content. That's how champions are made. At the end of the day, we are all Falcon fans and want the absolute best out of our team. The thing that you got to realize when Travis says that, folks, Travis is saying that from a place of, we're not going to change the whole culture in one game. A lot of the same Falcon fans who are now saying, shh, don't talk about the negative. Shh, don't talk about what could be improved. Shh, don't talk about that. Have a very short memory of walking out of the stadium sad, of going to away games where you got to duck your head to get on the plane because you're embarrassed to get beat like you did. It has nothing wrong with bringing those things up. Again, a lot of folks just want to, I don't know, maybe you do that for yourself, make yourself feel good. That's fine. But I'm just not one of those folks. And I welcome the dialogue. I do. Drew said, I'm not sure if you watched the Bears game, but the Bears were predictable all game and played terrible. So Green Bay ain't about to come into the A and do as they please. Yeah, I know. I saw a little bit of it myself, and I think that's why I'm a little optimistic, Drew, about this game, because I just think we're better than the Bears at this juncture right now. Chuck says, bruh, I have an Oscar the Grouch flashbacks. That's second only to It's a Small World song. Oh, yeah. I thought that ride would never end. Oh, man. Small world. Ritter is going for 200 this week. Book it. And you know what? I think they'll probably listen, you can't, as good as we ran the ball last week, and for those of you, I know there were people yesterday, see what Philly's doing? That's what Atlanta's doing. See, we're going to be just like them. See? But you did notice every now and then Jalen would tuck the ball out, play action, and go down the field. Now, in fairness, threw one way over my guy's head for the interception. But you got to open it up a little bit. And I know you play to win the game. And at that point, Carolina wasn't stopping us on the ground. So you did what you needed to do. That was fine. And I'll say that again, Desmond Ritter, beautiful pass to Kyle Pitts. Probably need to see that about 2 or 3 times a game. At least. Mike says, who's going to take Troy's spot? I think they're talking about a combination of Tay Davis and Lamon going in there. At least that's who Coach Smith talked about. Rusty says, Packers have a better front seven than Carolina. Really hope the offensive line remembers how to block this week. Did you see the clip of Derek Brown actually throwing Lindstrom around like a little boy? I expect Chris to bounce back, but him and Gary really worries me. I'll disagree with you a little bit. I think Green Bay has a nice front line. Carolina's front seven is actually not that bad. I don't know, and that could just be a difference of opinion, but you know, I still take Carolina's front seven over Green Bay's, and I know my man's back there cornerback wise, but not the front seven. I'll take Carolina's front seven before Packers. Scott said Big Low in his Bobby Brown bag. Absolutely. And my buddy, Atlanta Bird Game, my brother Tidy is in the house. What's going on, man? Y'all check Tidy out tonight. I'm assuming there's going to be a Waffle House edition tonight. If so, please make sure you check it out. Again, some folks like it, some folks don't. If you don't like it, don't. If you do like it, I like it. You just hear various opinions, and yes, even though it's retread sometimes, I don't know. A lot of people tune in to hear it at night, so I don't know. Various opinions, y'all. So it is what it is. WCG says, wait a minute. What did he say? I missed that. He said, last I heard is Beyonce opening for Big Low on tour. First of all, Big Low is only going to open for Taylor Swift. He's a Swiftie. So the correlation between him and Beyonce ain't going to work. So I heard, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's going to open for Taylor Swift during her tour. And then, that's where you go from there, man. When you leave Southern Silk, that's where you go, man. You go to the bottom. WCG says Falcons can win Sunday if they keep the heat on Jordan Love. He had the worst quarterback rating in the entire NFL with pressure on him. I think that's what's going to happen. I do think this. I don't think the Falcons are going to be that team that puts a pass rush that much on you like that from beginning to the end. I don't think they have a rotation like Philly to be able to do that. But I do feel like last week when they strategically started putting pressure on Bryce Young, a couple of those throws, if we're honest with ourselves as Falcon fans, a couple of those throws, if he had a little bit of accuracy, he could have hit a couple of those. Wide receivers had a step on those guys during a couple of those plays, if we're being honest. Winston says exactly up. One big pass isn't going to beat top tier teams. Got to be diverse, man. Got to be diverse. Out of your Falcon mind, y'all make sure y'all check out John and Mike. They just came on, and I'm losing my days. I think it was Wednesday that they were on and gave their preview. Y'all make sure y'all go back and check out of your Falcon mind. Go to YouTube. After you finish liking this video, go to Out of Your Falcon Mind, subscribe, and take a look to some good content. Very good content. It says, driving around and listening. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Todrick, what's going on, Todrick? Man, I haven't heard from you in like 3 weeks, man. Todrick says, why are you so negative about the... Oh, wait a minute. So Todrick is going to that dialogue. So let me make sure I set him up right. Why are you so negative about the offense, Unc? I don't care about stats. All I care about is wins. That's all that matters. When will you appreciate the win instead of looking for stats? Well, Todrick, first of all, what's going on, brother? And second, I haven't said anything about a stat. I think you have a tendency to lump me in with any other person that thinks adversely about what's going on with the Falcons. If you're looking for this to be the platform that's going to be balloons and fireworks for every single play, no matter, I'm not one of those people that when a bad play comes, they say, all right, you can get them next time. I'm just not. There are fans like that, and that's fine, but it's not negative, brother. It's really not. It's really not negative. So I again appreciate you always for listening, but and watching. But it's really not negative. You gotta come outside that box that you keep talking about. You gotta come outside there and really see what I'm saying. And really, I would say more invested fans of this team will probably express that than you express. Well, or I should say, most invested fans will be quick to the critique. But I'm also fair. We won the game. I'm ecstatic. But everybody just doesn't rock the same way, Todrick. But like I told you before, on plenty of occasions, brother, I appreciate your passion. Oh, we have a super chat in the house. Big Low Country Sports says, what is up in there talking about today? Now, you know, again, Smitty can try to play this stuff all he wants to, but his allegiance to Southern Silk, talking about he wanted the album to say Southern Silk featuring Big Low Country Sports, which is not fair to the rest of us. We want our shine too. So I don't know where he gets all of this, but I don't know. I thank you for the super chat and the support, but I absolutely denounce your leaving the group without giving us a fair shot, brother. That's all. That the fans want to see it. You see, they always asking. They want to see it, brother. Y'all check out Big Low Country Sports. Y'all already subscribed, I'm sure. But if you're not, please subscribe to my brother, man. Give him some love over there, no matter how bad his singing is. Ray Ellison says, I just saw something recently that said Desmond Ridder is 26-0 at home in college and the NFL. Let's keep that going. If that continues, we should be good for the season. And look, I'm glad that we could find, those things to do that, to really promote that. He is. I mean, he's undefeated right now. And I hope it does stay that way. That's cool. So you're not going to sit here and see me denounce that. I hope that keeps rolling. Eric Park, what's up, Eric? Eric says, Green Bay may try to box us in with our run game. They may feel like we will not pass much. That should open up the pass for Ritter to throw to the tall palm trees we have. And that's a very good point, Eric. You have to, you stick with what's strong, but every now and then you got to keep them honest. It's almost like Philly did yesterday. There were a couple of runs. Of course, DeAndre Swift, jeez. Man, DeAndre Swift came in and did his thing, and then they handed it to Boston a couple of times. So by that time, Minnesota's front seven was like, okay, they're gonna run the ball. They're gonna run the ball. Then you saw your boy go down the field. I'm trying to think, was that Devontae Smith or was that somebody else that he went down and made like a little 15-yard pass? You have to be able to do both. You got to run and pass in the NFL. Even if your run game is going to be your 75% lean on me, you got to learn how to be diverse in that offense. And I think we're going to get there. This is not saying after one game we'll never get there. We're going to get there. So, but Eric is correct. This is great analysis on that. Y'all make sure, again, as you're coming into the lounge, make sure you like the video. If you're on Atlanta Bird Game, please hit the like on the Facebook stream for me. Get this thing out there to some Atlanta Falcon fans so we can talk about it. Travis says Big Low Ruffin. Big Low Ruffin is not going to stand for this disrespect. You see, what are you going to do, man? What are you going to do? Look, they had to make a decision in New Edition. Bobby had to go. And they brought in Johnny Gill. We gonna find somebody. Travis, you open for auditions? You want to come in there? We can get you in. Rusty says Kenny Clark, Rashawn Gary, Quez Walker, Devondre Campbell, Devontae Wyatt, Preston Smith, Green Bay, front seven, no joke. Not saying they're not good, Rusty. I don't think they're better than Carolina. Just my opinion. But again, nice names on there. Quay is nice. Devondre, obviously we know about him. Devontae Wyatt is good. Yeah. I mean, there aren't a lot of juggernaut defenses in the NFL. They're really not. I even think as good as Carolina's defense is, we kind of did what we wanted to do at the line of scrimmage. We averaged 5 yards a pop last week. So ain't no need to be scared. You just got to get that blocking right. That's all. That's all. Travis says, out of your pocket, mind. Great show last night. Okay, so it was last night. And I'm going to tell y'all why I get mixed up, because obviously I'm working and I'm doing the same thing John does. And I listen to it on the, I'm listening, not watching. So forgive me. Okay, it was last night. 95 North Talk Show. My buddy Berto is in the house. What's going on, sir? Another one of the disgruntled Southern Silk members. He says, Keto, Sunday's game is putting the game in Jordan Love's hands, making Green Bay one-dimensional. I'm one of those people, too. I love the little stat, Berto, that they were putting out about the Falcons not giving up the big play last week. One of the two teams that didn't give up over 15 yards in one play. Obviously, Green Bay is probably going to try to stretch that. They're going to test the corners and do what they need to do. I just think our defense is going to be up to task. Think about it, y'all. We're not going to get the respect. We held the team to 10 points. There were a lot of teams that scored more than 10 points last week, but you don't hear anybody talking about how good the Falcons did doing that. The first thing they say is, oh, Bryce Young. But before the game, not even before the game, and listen to me giving Ritter his love. Listen to me. Listen to me doing this. Yeah, I'm giving him love. Remember how they disrespected Ritter at the beginning of the year? And they had Ritter, the number 32 and 31 quarterback, and they had Bryce Young up at like 20, and he hadn't played one game. So, yeah, we messed him up. Sean, what's going on, Sean? I said, what's up, Bryce Young had more overthrows than that Hollywood. Oh man. Hey, and again, even those passes, well, one pass he had pressure on him. One of the passes he had no pressure on him, Sean, and he threw that thing way over his head. Now, by the time we see him in December, is it December or November? November or December. By the time we see him then, is he going to be better? Who knows? But good that we caught him now. I still think he's going to be a nice little athletic quarterback. I'm just concerned about his height, man, and that's real. I don't know if he's going to be able to. There were really no great throws that he made in that game. And again, rookie. But when I see CJ Stroud and I see Anthony Richardson not have stellar games, but have games where they were, pretty adequate, especially Anthony Richardson. Everybody was talking about out of the three, and Anthony Richardson, quiet as it kept, had the best week last week. Ray Ellison says, is there somewhere within the Atlanta Bird game where it has everyone's YouTube channel? Where has everyone's YouTube channel? I'm not sure. I know Atlanta Bird Gang has a YouTube channel, but I don't think so if I'm reading what that says. Oh, you meant keto. Oh, okay. Got it. Says keto is what I should be on. Yeah, you fell victim to that. Hell Rail in the house. What's going on, man? Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Guns and Saints. What's going on, Guns and Saints? He says, lose, Falcon, lose. I hear you. And by the looks of the name, looks like you're a little giddy about that 1-point win that you had over Tennessee. And, a backhanded congratulations to you. But, the fact that you had plenty of time to come over here lets you know how concerned you are. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm calling it. I think Carolina going to beat you tomorrow. Oh, Sunday. I think Carolina going to get you. I was ready. What did we hear all season? Derek Carr's going to come in there and ignite the offense and blah, blah, blah. And I saw 16 points on the board. So, I don't know. Lisa says nothing going on at Ainksville OPC. Absolutely. They bored. They bored, Lisa. My man 330 is in the house. What's going on, man? Say, today is Friday. We have to address the elephant in the room for Sunday. What worked last week may not work this week. Green Bay has tape. 330, my friend, we're looking on the positive side of things today. Desmond Ridder is going to get better. Lindstrom and McGarry are going to get their act together. Arthur Smith's going to call a clean game, and we're not going to have to worry about anything because we have the greatest team in the NFL. Happy, joy. Lisa says, Aints go to Falcons, training camps, preseason games, regular season games. When aren't we playing them? Y'all not rivals, y'all are fans. It's kind of interesting you say that, Lisa, because we saw a couple of folks with Saints stuff at the game. And listen, I know from the background, a lot of y'all ended up coming up here, and I get it, and whatever. But I'm just wondering what would make me as a Falcon fan want to go to a New Orleans versus, I don't know, Detroit. New Orleans, Detroit, and wear my Falcons jersey at the game. You talk about backwards thinking. I don't know. I saw a guy with a Pittsburgh jersey Sunday. What other team did I see? I saw a New England jersey. Now, granted, it was very little of those people. But I saw them, and I said to myself, yeah, y'all clout. Y'all looking for clout. The mere fact that you would come to a away game, not away game, you would come to a game that had nothing to do with your team and wear your jersey. I hear you. You paid money for it. You wear it where you want to. But just kind of weird. Just weird. Big Low Country Sports said, yeah, that's right. Y'all Southern Silk. I'm Big Low, and Steve is actually the lead singer. So there you go, y'all. Big Country said, Big Low said Steve is lead singer. What are you gonna say? Rusty says Todrick always coming crazy for you. I don't know. Todrick a good dude, man. Again, if y'all looking for somebody that's gonna be bothered by negative comments about me, that's been all my life, dude. Since kindergarten. I think I've just always kind of been a target for stuff, man. But Rusty, brother, I stand strong, man. But it is interesting, but I don't know. The Dixon Way is here. That's my brother Larry. Him and Shonda have the Dixon Way on YouTube, live reaction. Got a chance to see some of their stuff right before the team clinched the the Braves clinched that 6 NL East. Now, you got to do your thing, man. Hopefully Kyle Wright has a good start and we can get that lineup set where we can have, where would it be? Fried, Strider, Morton, and then if we need that fourth, maybe for the NLCS, maybe Kyle Wright will be available. But it's looking real good for us, man. Y'all make sure y'all check out the Dixon Way, man. Go over there and subscribe to them and check it out. I'm sure they're going to have playoff games and Falcons games streamed over there as well. Millie says, and the quarterback doesn't have to be Mahomes to be able to keep a defense honest. That is 100% on that. Absolutely. Michael says, have you heard if Jones and Christian are playing for the Pack, both hamstring issues? I know as of yesterday, neither one was practicing. I have a sneaky suspicion Jones definitely looks like, unless he comes out there today, I don't think he's going to show. And Christian didn't play. Christian Watson didn't play last week. And if he hadn't practiced this week, I don't think he's going to do it. I don't think you play with hamstrings because that's something that can linger all year. So you would probably be safe to sit those guys out, in my opinion. My brother Mark is in the house, one half of the ABG team. What's going on, my brother? Said this will be a great game for our roster. Can't wait to witness this. Yeah, man, it's gonna be nice. I can't wait. Y'all gonna have to pray for me, man, about listen, I can't keep my mouth shut at the game. I am absolutely, I just get loud, man. And I can't help it. I can't help it, man. I gotta support my team. But this week, I'm gonna try to keep it down. I'm gonna have a little bit more of a muzzle on my mouth this week because I'm just now getting my voice all the way back. So not going to be able to do much if I can't talk. Big John Higgins, what's going on, man? Thank you for coming into the lounge. Uncle Steve, what's happening with you? Good to see you. I'm late. What we talking about? We're talking about Falcons going into this Packers game. A lot of the talk about last week. Is it fair to still have criticism, even though the Falcons are 1-0? Is it okay? Does it make you less of a fan? Does it not? Same stuff we talk about from time to time. But of course, with that big win, I think people see 1-0 and say, okay, everything is perfect with the world. Please be quiet. Same thing if 2-0. If we win this game against Green Bay, there are going to be people that's like, oh, you can't say a word. Don't say anything. The Falcons are winning. What are you critiquing? They're winning. I was like, okay. And that's fine if you feel that way. But here in the lounge, we appreciate that opinion and we let you express it. But, it is what it is. Todrick, back again. Todrick says, Sesame Street up. Wow. Todrick, not again. He says, Sesame Street up really is just an opinion. It's okay for us to disagree, but don't Sesame Street me. Is that reserved for the fans who disagree with you? Todrick. Todrick, you've been around this platform long enough, brother. If you taking it that seriously, brother, I don't know what to say for you, man. It's all good. I'm gonna let you figure out the last part. I'm not even gonna answer. I'm not gonna dignify that with an answer. If you think for 1 minute that I'm taking your comments seriously, then you haven't been with me long enough, brother. So Billy Mills say, what's Southern Silk without a big load? Just a group in search of a David Ruff. Hey, Millie, you sound like somebody Big Loader gave a t-shirt to. Don't fall for that, man. Don't fall for that. Hey, giving him sideways compliments. That's not cool. Atlanta supporter say, what's up, everybody? What's going on, Atlanta supporter? Always in the house supporting everybody. Appreciate that, brother. Winston says, how did Guns and Saints make it here? Crushing for bruising from the Panthers this week. Yeah, I mean, again, the way I figure it, Winston, when you figure your team doesn't have hope, you want to go to the team that beat them last week. That's probably what they tried to. Matter of fact, I would be willing to bet you, he says, I wonder what they were talking about in the Falcons group, because whatever it was, that made the Panthers scared. So let us go to our big brothers in the division and see what they did. So, you know. Dixon Way says, just chilling on the anniversary. That's right. And I forgot it. I already answered it, man. Yeah, congratulations on the anniversary. If I think I saw 22 years, if I'm not mistaken. Congratulations on the anniversary between Miss Shonda and Larry. Awesome. I hope y'all enjoy your day. Say, just ate a great crab leg lunch with the wifey watching the stream. And I appreciate that, man. And appreciate both of y'all, man. Y'all have been, I don't need to say it. I'll say it 3,000 times if I have to. But y'all were there at the very beginning, and I appreciate y'all. Y'all know I'm always going to be there for y'all. So y'all enjoy your anniversary. 22 more years. Let's add that on to the list. Y'all do y'all thing. Y'all, everybody wish Larry and Shonda happy anniversary. Let me hear. Rusty says Steve with the music. I told y'all before, y'all didn't read the title. It's the Happy Joy show. I'm not gonna take myself to a negative place. I'm gonna embrace some of the critique, but I'm not gonna. Y'all haven't heard me say one bad thing today about our quarterback. Y'all have not, and I dare you to go back and see. I want you to go back and see so there could be more views, but I dare you to go back and see. I have not. Larry says, can you tell me how to get? Who over 40 didn't love Sesame Street, man? Come on, man. I'll play that one more time for Todrick, man. Todrick, you're missing the whole point, brother. But I don't want you to take it personally, though. It was not you. Michael says, but Richardson threw the ball over 90% to the right side and a few to the left and got picked. No balls over 30%. Yeah, listen, I wasn't trying to make the comparison to say that puts him leaps and bounds over what Bryce and CJ Stroud did. I'm just saying, but on a whole, he had the better production. And I know stats don't mean it. I got it. But just overall, from the eye test, he looked better than Bryce. I know that. So, I don't know. I'm just bringing that up. Did I just see? Dang, I skipped. You know how you get your mouse, man? My mouse just all of a sudden just jumped all the way down. Okay, here we go. Devontae, what's up, Devontae? Devontae says, what's up, this week we're going to get some respect after this win. That's the goal, man. We got to get some respect. That's what I want. 330 says, thanks for the theory. See, 330 gets it. 330 gets it. If you get it, you get it. See, look, my boy Larry. We get it. It's a joke, y'all. Facebook user says, I'm talking Atlanta for the win, or taking Atlanta for the win, and Saints lost this weekend. I love it. Absolutely love it. Travis says non-Falcon related best wishes to the kids at Clark Atlanta. And I'm a part there for about 30 seconds. How in the world does a dormitory, that wasn't some water on the floor flooding. That was neat. I don't know if y'all looked at y'all go watch the video, man. Absolutely. All love to the folks over there at Clark, man. And y'all see some of the cars and stuff that got messed up, man. Dude, I know our system is bad down there, the water lines and everything like that. But that was just borderline ridiculous that happened. I know it was a lot of rain because I was actually driving to work during that heavy part. And trust me, we were down to 10 miles per hour on I-75, pouring rain. But to have that happen, that was incredible, man. Just love and prayers out to those kids dealing with that stuff. And think about it, they probably computers, personal items. That stuff was knee deep, and in a couple of almost looked like it might have been higher than some knees. But yeah, shout out to them kids over there. Big John says, Steve, love the music, killing me. Therapeutic, y'all. Therapeutic. Pull down a little bit here. Francis Washington is here. Thank you for joining us in the lounge. Hey, Uncle Steve and the Falcons family. As much as I love our guys who ran the ball, I would like to see us use our unicorn and wide receivers in this game. This could test Ritter's strength and accuracy. See, you know what I like about Francis? Because there's always an even keel. Because I don't doubt any fandom there. Because there's always I love the Falcons, but there's also okay, let's keep it real, y'all. The running game is cool, but we need to spread that thing out. We have some talent. All this offseason, we kept talking about the return of Pitts, what Drake was going to do in his second year, all those things. So it's fair for us to want more. This is a perfect statement. I agree 100%. RC, what's up, Nessa? RC said, never apologizing for winning. I don't care who's at quarterback. Hey, that's all good. There you go. No apologies. You're absolutely right. No apologies ever for that. Michael James Murphy, what's going on, man? Said too early in the season to know anything, but we should see a little less rust this week rise up. And that's fair. I think to your point, Michael, it goes back. I don't know if you were listening a little earlier. The first couple of games, and maybe even next week into Detroit, because all the teams, not just the Falcons, all the teams didn't throw all of their starters out there during the preseason. And they are still kind of getting to know each other. This is the first time they're running 60 minutes worth of plays and going through all the nuances of ending at halftime, coming back, doing all that. I'm sure they simulated in practice, but it's not the same when you're going against other people that want to stop you on the other side. So you're absolutely right. There should be a lot of rust off of things this week. So hopefully we should see a much better product. Thank you, James. I appreciate you saying that. And again, as y'all are coming in and going out, please make sure y'all hit the like button for me on YouTube, Facebook. Make sure you hit the like button. I thank you. And I appreciate y'all. Got another super chat in the building. I appreciate that. This is this is John Harris, I think. So I'm not even gonna go into thank you, sir, for this. I appreciate that. No wonder Saints fans come to our practices. They're practicing in a Dollar General store in Metairie. Wow. No field, no open space, no comparison to ours. And that is a shot heard around the world. That's pretty good, man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate you. Thank you. Pull it down in here. My brother Jeremy Cox is in the house. What's going on, Jeremy? Jeremy says, it's totally fair to disagree and have criticisms about the team, as long as they aren't contrary to my disagreements. As far as they're not contrary to my disagreements and criticism, thank you for your time. Jeremy, that sounded like it was a little sarcasm. We're not here to have those type of fights, sir. It's all about love. We're Falcon fans at the end of the day. And whether we disagree with you or not, we're all together on this one. That's my buddy. That's my buddy, Jeremy. Jeremy, you need to bring your tour down here, man. Y'all do all that stuff in Arkansas, man. Y'all need to go on the road, man. We'd love to see some good comedy down here in Atlanta, GA. Spread that stuff around. Sean says the Sesame Street song is just show theatrics. It helps add an element to his show. Ding, 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 ding. Circle gets the square. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that, brother. Martin says, Jeremy, I always love your comments. Jeremy is crazy, man. Y'all make sure y'all check out Jeremy. Y'all in Atlanta Bird Game. Jeremy puts out some really nice videos and thought-provoking, I must admit. I know he's definitely been on the side of, kind of almost that, okay, Alfred E. Newman, what me worry type of thing. And I get it. And I'm cool with it. So it is. Like I said, again, difference of opinion, but we can all, on Sunday between 1 o'clock and 4, we're all on the same page. So it's all good. Larry says, I don't have a what in the world bow t-shirt either, Steve. See what I'm saying, Larry? That's how they do, man. That's how Big Low does, man. He string you in just like like he reels you in. Try to act like he's all that. Next thing you know, you ask for a shirt, and then you see Berto wearing the shirt. Come on, man. Come on. And see, at least he give y'all one for your anniversary. I mean, what kind? Damn. Oh, man, lots of anniversary wishes for the Dixons, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. For the Winston in the house, Mark, everybody. Awesome. Awesome. That is some good stuff. And I'll tell you what, and listen, we all, I can't say we all, I'll take that back. But a lot of us have better halves behind the scenes. My wife, Kira, and I are very, matter of fact, that's not her calling, so if y'all wondered. But my wife is very instrumental behind the scenes and just giving support to what I do here during those times. And again, those wives and for ladies who do stuff, husbands, this is that time of the year where, Sundays from 1 o'clock till 10 and Mondays 8 o'clock till whenever, there's a lot of lost time there. So as I love her for sticking with me and allowing me to do this platform. But think about what Larry and Shonda do. They do that. That's a partnership online. And I know a lot of times Larry's there by himself, but hey, Shonda's not far behind a lot of times. She's on there cheering and rooting and criticizing. I love it. And, just that's beautiful, man. That's beautiful love. So for real, shouts out to y'all, man. That's not just to let y'all know how much y'all mean to this content creator space. So we appreciate that. We really do. Millie says, I'm going to say it. Ritter will be fine. We ain't got to have high expectations for him, but let's support and believe he pans out. Now, I was with you for Ritter will be fine. I believe you. Let's support him, believe he pans out. But I do want him to, there are expectations, I must admit. There are some. So that's positive because I see if I was negative, I would have went to the song, but that's positive. But there are expectations for him. And that's not I don't think that's a bad thing. I want him to succeed. So there are a little bit, but everything else you said, I agree 100%. Stephen Gibbons, what's up, Stephen? How you doing, Zed? What's up? I saw you on the Halo screen last week. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. They caught me in my little. I don't know. I don't know what I was doing actually. I think I was doing something. I've seen some screenshots and a couple of videos of it. Just having a great time. If that little 3 to 4 seconds is only a little of the energy I have for this team. I want to say that was right after the touchdown that happened, but yeah, that dude, that's what I am, man. That's what I'm all about when I go to the stadium, man. Mike says, how the PO treat? Come on, Mike. You know better. We actually got some stuff going on. We're getting ready to move into a new building. But that being said, Mike, I can't complain too much, man. I know nothing horrible. Getting ready to celebrate year number 27 in November. So I aspire to be you soon. So big congratulations going from Big Low Country Sports to the Dixons as well. Dixon Way said that was sewer water, Steve. Yeah, I used to work in the construction, and it's known that area has the worst drainage system in the city around the HBCUs. And Larry, if I remember, that was one of the things, and I think Shirley Franklin, that was her whole platform when she came here to kind of fix those things, to do that, because I know the HBU sits in that little gut down there. We used to stay off of Fair Street when I was young, and I remember, if you remember down there, that whole AU center, especially Clark, is in the little, kind of, what am I trying to say? Like in the little divot, and that water will tend to go down there, but that's still ridiculous. It's still ridiculous. Big Low Country Sports says, Millie Mill, leave Steve alone. He's a good person at heart. And I do need to get my act together when I'm talking about Southern Silk. It's pretty good. Thanks, Lo. I appreciate that, man. That's pretty awesome. He said that Larry says they were supposed to fix it while they was building the bins, but I guess they didn't. Yeah, that's like I said, that's a horrible situation down there. Hopefully they get that. Francis says, happy birthday to Larry and wifey. Many blessed years. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Winston says, we have to be able to do both to beat top-tier teams. That running-ish will not work in a shootout. God forbid, but what happens if there's a major injury on defense? Have to be able to throw the ball. And nothing but facts, y'all. Nothing but facts. Atlanta supporter said, Uncle Steve, if Arthur Smith loses his job, do you want to be the new head coach? No. I'll cheer from afar. There are many smarter people to me. Johnson Rozier said, Bama making a quarterback change? What? That's crazy. Dude only had 2 games. But I know he didn't do a lot against Texas, and I get it. But again, if you're Alabama and you got probably 4 guys behind him that can do the job, man, that's deep, though. That's crazy. Ray says, the Dixon Way happy anniversary. Yes. Dixon Way says, son. Oh, let's sing it. You know what? Just in case y'all didn't know the song, let's sing it together. All Falcon fans, all together. Sunny day, see the clouds away. On my way to where the air is clean. Can you tell me how to get to Northside Drive to see the Falcons win? Larry, thanks everybody for the well wishes. We mean it, brother. Christy, how you doing? Christy, I haven't seen you in a minute. Rise up on this Falcon Friday. Yes, ma'am. Another person, Oblivion Empire. Thanks for joining us. Hey, if y'all don't mind, hit the like button for us. Let everybody know you passed by, so we can get this thing out here to these Atlanta Falcon fans. Hopefully they get a chance to see us. We're here every Friday, 1 o'clock. the Friday brunch. Today's brunch came from This Is It. For those of you who are here, I had some rib tips, broccoli cheese, rice casserole, and black eyed peas today. No bread. Right. Antonio said, I thought that was my phone. Hey, man. Yeah. I mean, full disclosure, this is a Mac. So the Mac is going to pick up on those phone calls. I got to silence this on here next time it does. Big Low Country Sports says, take advice from an insurance adjuster. If you live in a house, apartment, or dorm that you rent, always get renter's insurance. Hello. And you know, Lo, you're absolutely right. It's one of those things people don't think about in the moment. But yeah, I and I'm sure you saw it, man. Think about the equipment. I mean, even if your computer sits high and that water got into the electrical system and stuff, you don't want to mess with that computer. You don't want to mess with those laptops if that stuff got wet like that. That's done. So yeah, absolutely great advice. Absolute great advice. Absolutely. Dixon Way said it's a bowl by Clark Atlanta Stadium. I live by the park next to the Burger King by Clark Atlanta when I was a baby. Oh yeah, you weren't that far. Larry, if you took now, you know they cut that off a little bit, but remember Fair Street used to run all the way straight through the AU Center and come down where and I don't know if you're young enough to remember M. Agnes Jones, right in there, the school right there. We used to stay in those apartments that were right there at the bottom. Come through, which it used to be Atlanta University and Clark. Come through, come up to the corner where Ashby is, and then you dive down the street. Used to be a little strip of restaurants right there. We used to stay in the apartments right there. I haven't been in there so long. I don't know if they're still there. Michael says, is Love of lefty quarterback and Bama quarterback? I don't think Love is lefty. Is it? I could be. I don't know. I'm not sure. Hell's Rail said, this is it, is not what's it. Oh, well, okay. In fairness, let me explain something to you, because if anybody from This Is It is listening, they should be. So I live toward the south side of town. So it's two major This Is It I go to. I go to the one, if you all live in Clayton County, that's right there by not too far from South Lake Mall, where you cross over the railroad tracks. And then there's another one in Henry County, right off 138. So I got to the parking lot. I was taking care of some business. So I got to the parking lot and I said, they open at 11. So I got there about 10:55. And I went to This Is It. And this could be any restaurant, y'all, especially post-pandemic. Yeah. The restaurant opens at 11. I'm there at 10:55. They open the door. I go to the front and I see the second thing on the list. They have rib tips first, brisket second. I said, may I have the brisket? We don't have any. Okay, let me go down 3 more. Let me have the oxtails. We don't have it. Let me go down 3 more. Smothered pork chops. May I have the pork chops? We don't have it. How do you open a store and put on the screen what you have but don't have it? Not even it'll take 15 minutes. We just don't have it. I was losing my mind, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. Absolutely. Travis says, I'm gonna keep an eye on Quay Walker. Yeah. For some reason, players come home against the Falcons and show out. Eric Berry, Derek Brown last week, Jarrett McKinnon a couple of years ago. But see, Travis, and that's the crazy thing. You know what that tells you too? It's a lot of, because even isn't Brian Burns from here as well? Like, folks, that shows you how much Georgia grown talent is in the big league as well. So that's another thing you got to talk about. Big Low, the only thing I'm going to agree with Big Low today said Larry and Shonda are both Atlanta content creator royalty, and they are. Now, why don't you, in the same breath, come back and say, Uncle Steve is right. My vocal qualities aren't up to his standard. Steve should be the new Ralph Tresvant of the group. That's all you got to say. If you say it, it's that's all you got to say, bro. Ghost Peppers, what's up, man? Said the Sesame Street song. It reminds me of the episode when they had Richard Pryor doing the alphabet. It's funny, man, and that's the thing. And again, I'm aging myself, and I know Ghost probably is too. Richard Pryor, Stevie Wonder, Little Michael Jackson, Gary Coleman, just all the stars, Jimmy Walker, Quincy Jones, all the stars that were big back in the 70s and stuff like that, they were all on Sesame Street. And if they weren't on Sesame Street, they were on Electric Company. Remember when Morgan Freeman used to be on there, and a couple of the other little folks I know. Name is, let's say, Rita Moreno was on Electric Company. I can't think of what the Hispanic dude's name was that used to be on there, but he was on a lot of little TV shows and things like that and stuff. So, so it's crazy. But yeah, Sesame Street is a part of our fabric, folks. It is. And again, I, for those of you who are taking it seriously, which you shouldn't, obviously our goal here is to root for the Falcons and hope for a win against the Falcons, and hope that for real, at the end of the day, it's gonna be positive things. And just because we have varying differences on how it should go doesn't mean you're a less fan and I'm a less fan and you are. We just have different ways to get to it. And I've said this 1,000 times. I love that we can all, have disagreements, but for that 1 to 4 o'clock time period, mostly on Sundays, we can all be focused on the Atlanta Falcons. James is in the house. What's going on, cuz? But Sesame Street is after my time. Yeah, I know a lot of people is. We were playing that song, and a lot of people were probably like, "What is he playing? Is that a remake? Is that Little Baby's new song?" I'm sure. Ghost Purpose says, "Big Country say, what in the world, Bo? Is it true you are no longer a member of Southern Silk? Saying they so talk it out, bro." See what I'm saying? I mean, Bubba says, I want Jordan Love to try our secondary. I do too. Matter of fact, if y'all don't see anything this week, man, before you go into next week, go to AtlantaFalcons.com and check out the mic'd up AJ Terrell. If you don't get fired up after watching that, I just don't know. That was just makes me even more giddy to go out there on Sunday. More giddy. Go watch AtlantaFalcons.com, mic'd up with AJ Terrell from this past week. Awesome. Pasta Girl, how you doing? Said this could be a huge game later on for the playoff implications tiebreaker. It's so funny that you say that, Pasta, because I was saying it earlier. The Carolina game, not only huge from a division game standpoint, but that's a conference game. So when you start talking about it, as you said, with tiebreakers, this is important. The Green Bay game, the Detroit game, if you can mess around and sweep these 3 games, do you know how much of a heads up you're going to have on the rest of the guys going into later on? It's going to be awesome. Millie says, do we have a primetime game this year? Well, after week, I want to say 13 or something, the Carolina game doesn't have a time yet. And the NFL has the new rule that they can flex any game. They can take a game from Fox or CBS and flex it. So also keep in mind, folks, if you have a 1 o'clock ticket and they say it's for Monday night, unfortunately, that's the downside of it, that you have to change your plans to go to a different day. But so I answered that question by saying, as of today, no. We keep winning? Probably so. Pasta says, question for everybody. Do y'all think the Jets pick up Matt Ryan? You know, and I put that on a post, and I know a lot of people took it as a joke. But if they were going to do it, I think they would have called him already. I think they're going to go with Zach Wilson and probably end up picking up somebody. So we'll see. We'll see about that. Folks, I got to get rolling. We got to do this thing. I appreciate that, y'all, as always. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for the positivity. Thank you for the happy, happy, joy, joy song. Let's go out and beat these Packers this week. Rise up and stay happy. I will make you where the air is.